Get some shit sorted. How you doing? It's chill. It's alright. It's good. How's prison life treating you?
It's alright. I guess it could be better, you know?
Yeah, you're getting by. What's the normal day like? Behind the four walls. Like what happens?
Not much, you know. And just to make the days go faster, I guess. Just go to work during the week, just train, kick it with the boys, relax. On the weekend, not much. Just kind of
Yeah.
for visits, but
Yeah. And they're treating you good? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so it's just different now, you know. There's just no contact between us.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So a lot of boys be stressing, not being able to see their family, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
How have you been able to keep your head up through all of it? If you have been, like, you still riding often now and whatnot?
Yeah, I'm still writing, you know. When I hear the boys' new song, Triple J or something,
Yeah.
talk to them. I try to make a verse for each song that they release.
Yeah. So you still got some bars yourself?
Yeah. I've got some bars for some of the songs.
Yeah. That's mine.
Besides that, no, I think it was rough at the start, you know, just getting hit with a sentence, but it is what it is. Like, what can you do? You know, there's boys out there doing a tough job, I guess.
Yeah. How did you deal with that, like, even emotionally? Like you're in court and you hear that. What was in your head?
I think at first I was just, I couldn't believe it, you know. They just really say, this is like 6 on the bottom, you know. I was thinking,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, but
And what about your family?
hey?
What about your family? The same thing?
Yeah. I think they had it worse than me, you know. I just felt like,
Yeah.
it was a bit tough, you know, because some of my family members, they didn't know what was going on. And for them, when I seen them in the courtroom, and they were getting walked out and stuff, I just felt real bad. It's on my end, it's not on theirs.
Yeah. But now I guess there'd be so many things that you would have learned and like evolved from. Like, how old are you?
21, yeah.
21. Yeah. So there's still like so much ahead that it's just gonna it's gonna shake up everything. How I guess even with that sense, like everything your boys are doing would motivate you as well. Hey, to keep on pushing, right? Like when things get tough, is that one of the main things that drives you, or is it like your family? Like what keeps you going?
Yeah, I think it's the music and family, of course, family as well. But
Yeah.
I think it goes both ways, you know. Like the music is something to look forward to get out, but it's so far away that I just think that like it's not gonna be there for me for when I get out, you know. So.
How did Sorry, go on.
That's what I mean about 2 ways. So it's so far away before I get released, before I even get to that point. You know, a lot can change in the next 4 years, you know.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And even like you're with Husky as well, right?
Yeah, I was with Husky at Windsor.
Yeah, and they would have surely helped you out and like been there, right?
Yeah, Husky. Yeah, he was mad, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to kick it. In the wing and stuff like that. I was tripping out. I didn't even know he was in the wing. He just came up to me and. Hey.
No, I said true.
Yeah. I was training and he's like, oh,
Right.
Yeah, I used to listen to them, you know, like Enter, Husky, Luxury Cess, Gravy, like a lot of Aussie gutter, you know, and Aussie hip hop.
Yeah. So when did rap really take place then for you? Like when did it start becoming like a real aspect of your life? Was it Enter that really put it there for you? You know what I mean? Like, and those kind of boys.
What was that?
Like when did you really start getting heavily involved in the whole rap scene? Just like even watching it.
From watching it or being a part of it?
Well, yeah, just the whole origin. Like, you know, like your...
I think it was when like I was always rapping, you know. I was going to the studio when I wanted to. At first, it was just kind of like you know, you do your thing. You want a bit of a name in the area, and it started kind of being like that, and then we kind of did like, you know, there was a little tension between areas.
Right.
And we released the track, and it kind of got us out there, and then, you know, JM, yeah, he wanted to do like proper music, you know, like that was him. Lex was already doing music, you know, so he was already in the studio, and that's how we kind of became mates with Lex, you know, like,
right.
Yeah, he was always doing his own thing, and then I was up there, he was helping me. I was telling him, you know, come around, let's do this, like, come and kick it with us.
Yeah.
And have a few drinks. But anyway, that's when James was like, let's do a proper track, you know. And back then I was into like Redman, Big L, you know, Big L, you probably can see by my old tracks.
Yeah.
You know, all the old school tracks, you know, Biggie, Tupac, all them, you know, Method Man, Wu-Tang.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
That's when it's killer. So, you know, I just listened to them, and then the boys kind of changed me. I hated drill, man. Like, straight out, I didn't like it. I wouldn't buy with it. The boys always, yeah, let's do this, you know. And then I think it was when JM got locked up. I started listening to it properly, and I'm like, oh, I get what they fell in love with, you know. So I could relate so much, you know. And I guess I was like, oh, I've got to do this, you know. I've got to switch up my flow, and then we released this old song called 2770. I don't think it's on YouTube anymore because we're trying to keep it, you know, or, you know, with the accent and trying to keep it real, you know. So we released that, everyone, you know, in the area, started listening to it at parties, you know, it was a mad thing. We were more embarrassed than anything because, like, new thing. And then I think I went with Ghost for a little while, for like 2 weeks, and they released Don't Want It.
Right.
Lex and JM, and then that's when we kind of got into the scene, you know.
So what year are we talking when you dropped the 2770?
I think it was 2016. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was 2016.
Wow. So it was all just this huge build up that kind of like led to where it is now.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It was a proper build up. So like.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then we kind of did our first video clip with Lex and JM, Don't Want It, and that's when we kind of were following, you know, UK, because we're very similar, and we should be rapping like that anyway, because how we pronounce our vowels and stuff, you know. So we took on UK itself, America, because it's, you know, America is different. Yeah, it's a different lifestyle in my eyes, you know. So
yeah. Wow.
And then after that, yeah, they did that, and then I go, like I need to be on the next one, you know.
Yeah.
Because music it's always been my thing, you know. Like the boys know it. Like I was one of the first to start rapping, you know. Like the boys started coming along as well, you know, and then everyone just jumped in, but it's just spending
Yeah.
So they get up there, and then Jane got locked up. Spenny was on lockdown. You know, Lex just goes with the flow. You know. And,
Yeah. How do you go on?
Yeah, so yeah, I said, you know, I can't wait around anymore. I need my music out, you know. Not only that, like we should be on the board because this is when the boys weren't taking music seriously, you know. So we're still just fresh 18, 17, just doing our thing.
I guess even at that point, you're from Mountie, and like you're so young, and you see all these other people around you doing things that you don't really want to do, but making it in music, it just seems kind of like foreign almost. So I guess it makes sense that you would, like not, you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't really want to pursue it. Like I get it.
Yeah. So, but with me, you know, I've always, I love music.
Yeah.
I love to write rap. So that's kind of why I released Want the Money.
Mm-hmm.
On the one out, you know,
Right.
if you've noticed that.
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, so I released that just to keep the name kind of going in that, and then then JM got out, and at the time we were releasing What You Know. You know, the audio was all done,
Right.
everything was done, but not the video clip. And during that time when we were all on bail, me, YP, and Lex, and a couple of my other colleagues, you know, YP just started rapping to us. You know, what do you think of this? And we're like, you know, far out, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, jump on the track with us, you know? Like, let's do it. And and then I got locked up. They released What You Know while I was locked up. And one night I was listening to How Triple J hip hop show. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. I heard YP on the track, you know. Yeah,
You're buzzing, hey.
Yeah, it was mad. So
Yeah, that'd be the best feeling. And in a sense, like your boys winning, that's probably just as big as you winning. Hey, that's like a huge, because you're really close to them, right?
Yeah. Of course, I was close to him. You know,
Yeah.
kind of feeling that I wasn't out because Jaden was just finishing off his sentence, and 2 weeks before he got released, I got locked up. So.
Wow. Yeah, that would be tough. And what's everyone like back home? Like, you know, the area and all, you still, like, would you still go back them ways after everything's over?
To the area?
Yeah, to the area.
Yeah, of course, you know.
Yeah.
I want to show face when I get back. And
Yeah. Because I know some people that might want to, you know, like hang around different people or just, you know, change some certain things. But, no, I mean, I get it. It makes sense. It's your area. And even in that sense, having grown up around them ways, was that a real challenge? Or did you see it as like a blessing?
I don't know. I think it's just when you're in the moment, you know.
Yeah.
You don't realise that when you're growing up in the area, you just grew up there, you know. So
Yeah.
Everything's normal.
Right.
So, I think when you start getting older and you start going different places, you start seeing it a bit, you know.
Yeah.
But looking back at it, I guess it was a bit tough, you know. I'm doing everything now, trying to help my mum and my grandma, my sisters, and just trying to get some help out there, you know, while I'm in here.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess it was a bit.
Yeah. What would you say to, you know, there's a lot of other kids that were 17, 18 rapping like you and in the area, and it's like still now in the area. What would you say to them that are watching this? Like, because you know, there's definitely people that want to rap like 1-4 and spit and, you know, all that kind of shit.
Yeah. Like, how I see it is, obviously I wouldn't, like, you can look up to us, you know, as the music on, you know, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes as well. You know, you obviously try to stay out of trouble.
Yeah. Was
You know,
go on.
try to stay out of trouble. If you got dreams, you know, go for them.
Yeah.
You know, but be realistic as well. Don't just. I don't want them to just have something to fall back on, or you know, like just if you're gonna go for it, go for it. But yeah, if you get what I mean.
I get it. Your actions need to map out your goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if the dream doesn't work,
Yeah.
you don't want to be left with nothing. You know,
Exactly.
For kids in the area trying to do this. It's hard to say it's look up for us because what we rap about and it's about telling our story and what we've done before. You know, like I guess you know, tell your story. You know, if you're doing it. But what I'm saying is, just because you want to be like one for a rap like them, don't go do this stuff so you can be like them. You know, if you're doing it, you've done it out of like without intention. Do you get me? It's just happened. All of this stuff that's happened with us, it just happened. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I say for the young ones.
For sure.
But definitely, you know, stay out learning up in here. You know.
I love that. The storytelling in itself had a lot of controversy around it, and I don't know how much you were involved by that point, whether you were locked up or whatnot. But was that like how do you feel like you coped with that, and did you even stay focused at that point, or was that a real distraction?
About the
Like yeah, the controversy and everything around, the hate of you just telling your story.
Yeah. I think I heard the boys talk about it on Triple J one night.
Yeah.
I don't think it really affected me, but obviously, you know, I felt for the boys.
Yeah.
It's sad that, you know, the boys can't, you know, they can't pull moves, they can't go perform in every state. You know, stuff like that because the lyrics are too hard, or you know, or whatever. They cite violence. You know, I've read in the newspaper, but it's not like the ones that do rap now. I think they are relaxing.
Yeah.
You know, just telling the story now. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, what we've done, and there's plenty to tell. You know, like one song isn't enough. One song doesn't tell the whole story. You know.
I love that.
So I'm upset. You know that we can't, you know, do everything that we should be doing. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially, you know, in Australia and stuff. Like this is where we're from.
For sure. I respect that.
But just want to shout out to everyone in that, you know, doing their things, thrill the 27 drillers.
That's it, man. I got hella respect. So even on that note, we still got some time. Is there plans like as to how about you're going to go recording? Like, do you know you're going to jump on some tracks in the future? Is it locked in? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to work something. Trying to work something over the jail phone.
Right. I saw it with Filter Zone.
Yeah. So something like that. But I'm going for my pill. You know, I haven't really told anyone about it. I don't think it's been public. But I'm going for an appeal. Hopefully, you know, sometime gets knocked off. If it doesn't, you know, it is what it is. I came to men's with, you know, the time I've got. But just trying to get behaved. There's all classes in that year, so you start with an A, go to B and C, you know. So closer to your release date, I think it's on a farm jail. You get 18 months before you release. You can start doing like dailies and stuff like that if you behave, you know. You're behaving here. So
right, like a good behavior bond.
So that's for that day, you know.
For sure, I respect that. And even on that note, does it feel like you now compared to where you were, say, even 18, 19, doing the things that you rap about? Does it feel like, how do you feel like you've changed?
Yeah, yeah, it's big change from old school, you know, old
Yeah.
school flows.
But even you as a person, like,
Oh,
yeah, like, personally.
yeah, it's changed a lot. I've changed a lot. You know, I was from 18 and I was probably getting worse from 18 to 20.
Yeah.
Then I got arrested. But being here, you know, it matures you a lot. You know.
It
So
would
as
be.
a person, like, I think you know, I feel like it's hard to say. You know.
Yeah.
Like more mature. You know. More mature.
The motives would be different, right?
Yeah.
What drives you, what ticks you isn't the same.
I forgot to ask. I think I was talking to Caesar. He said, "Were you the one that did something for him?
Did I do something for
Did you
Caesar?
do a report on him or something
Caesar.
about him being?"
I did too. Because when you got out, I said new wonderful member, part of the group just got released, and it was like I recorded. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah.
So Caesar knows me.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
word.
here,
Yeah, man. I recorded a lot to spot the difference, like a lot of the B-roll and stuff. And I sent it to whoever ran control editing, and like they full came to my house. Like I've met JMs and all your boys a few times. So yeah, they're sick cunts. Yeah, for sure.
It's you know, but yeah, I've said my shit, so hopefully you can, you know, do your thing in that.
Yeah, for sure, man.
But thanks for, you know, coming out and stuff.
Nah, man, I got so much respect. Like having like, man, I had to take like the nervous shit before you interview someone. like it was dope. So I've wanted to do this for a while. So I'm glad that I did.
Yeah, nah, thanks. You know, it kind of gets my views out there too.
Yeah.
You know, because everyone's heard from the boys. So.
Yeah, it'd be different behind the four walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, man, I might let you go, but it was definitely good to talk to you. All right, peace, man.